We're now going to show how to display histograms with user-selected deterioration zones. From our drop-down menu, we'll select Histogram. Notice a series of crosshairs appear from our summary plots. We'll select a range that we want to perform the histograms. So first I'll select here at roughly half a meter, and then we'll go down to all the way to about 25 meters. We can modify our axis settings if desired. For now, I will hit OK and accept the current axis settings. A pop-up menu will appear titled LMA Histogram, saying, do you wish to set a maximum deterioration zone for the LMA histogram? I will select yes. Before selecting yes, I want to calibrate us relative to what we're seeing. We are looking at histogram plots on the right, the actual summary plots here on the left. The blue vertical lines appearing on the summary plots were the regions that we had selected to perform the histogram. Notice in the title that we actually see those marks at roughly a half a meter and 25 meters at what we selected. So the histogram on the right will only appear between these two markers. So I will select yes. A crosshair will appear, and I might say the maximum deterioration zone is roughly here at roughly -1%. A new pop-up menu appears asking if we want to accept this deterioration zone or if we want to redo it. Before doing that, I'll move this. Notice what happened. I selected -1%, so that histogram here will turn red, but it'll also highlight here in red the area of our summary plot for the LMA that appears below -1%. Here, I might want to redo that and go to 2%. So I'll select 2%. Notice that that has been updated. Once I am satisfied with my selection, I will hit accept. Next pop-up titled will say LF histogram. Do you wish to select a maximum deterioration zone for the LF histogram? I will select yes. A new series of crosshairs will appear, and I will focus my attention on LF. Notice that it is roughly symmetrical about the 0. So first I will select roughly 25% or 0.25 above the 0. Notice what it does for the LF signal. It will take anything greater than 0.25 in the positive direction or anything less than -0.25 in the negative direction. I will hit redo and show you that if I select at the -0.25, it'll do the same. It'll select again below the -0.25 or above the +0.25. Also, we'll highlight in red the area on the summary chart for the LF signal. I will hit select. It'll then ask if I wish to do a maximum deterioration zone for the WRR histogram. I will hit yes. Again, you pick the value of interest to you. I'll pick roughly 0.75. Again, you'll see it now both on the histogram and on the summary chart. I will accept that. And when completed, I can click on my histogram chart. Notice in the log for my histogram, I have the points selected between 0.55 and 25 meters to again remind me of where I've selected. If I select the histogram chart, again, you'll see it in the title. You'll see all the areas that I have selected. Now I can zoom in. So for example, notice around this 5 meter tab, I'll click 4 to 9. You can see a zoom of this section for both the LF and the LM. I can then go to the next and really look in the 9 to 14 region, nothing on the LMA, maybe just a little here on the WRR, and I can keep going. Just a little bit of the tips here of the LF signal, around 16 meters, another tip right here. And then finally, I can go here, see a lot more of the LMA signal. And then on the last tab, notice to the right of the blue marker, nothing will appear because that is outside of my histogram window. So even though certainly these are greater than the level of roughly 0.75% that I've selected, since they are outside of the histogram band, that data is not counted in the histogram signal that we see here on the right. I'll then go back to my overview. This will conclude our displaying of histograms with user-selected deterioration zones.